So good evening to everyone, and good evening to all my followers and all futsal coaches and futsal people. I have decided to use this period of lockdown to share some knowledge, some ideas with all the coaches. Honestly, in this period, as I think many of you, all the people that work in futsal and like sports in general, hate this period a lot because they will miss what they are doing every day. I'm sorry I've experienced some problem in the streaming because here they are doing some working in the line, but now seems everything okay. So I want to go straight to the point. We will talk about the pressing out, and here I want to show the situation of pressing out, the game situation where the pressing out is used, this common feature of futsal. There are 4 situations that I have touched about pressing out. One from keeper, the other one from kick in, the other one from back pass or from shoot at the end to the hands of the keeper, and the last one is the situation of 5 versus 4 to insert the power player. In the pressing out, there are two style of pressing out. One is the pre-build movement. So pre-build movement are game situation, movement that are created by coaches, and following these movements pre-built, the player create a game, a situation where they develop the attack and they try to arrive to a finishing. The other is the from pre-build movement, the players develop some other connection, especially from decision making and game reading. Here you can see the difference between both. Pre-build movement are most of mechanic movement. There is very few solution and very few decision making. Fundamentally is creating to arrive quickly to a finishing, to bypass quickly the first defensive line to arrive in a connection with people. These are the main features. The other one, so from pre-build movement to develop a system, I can say that after the 3 passes, after the 3rd passes, for me is impossible to develop a pre-built movement style of game, because we don't know the reaction of the defense, and we cannot preview. We can preview maximum the first 3 passes. Then the players have to read the game, and the players have to decide in base of the ring of the defense. So you can see the big difference: mechanic movements versus free choice of players, few solution because pre-build movement is a closed play against open solution, so more solution because the players have to read and interpret the defense, few decision making, lots of decision making. Fundamentally in my team I use both. I start from a pre-built movement, and then the players go to play usually our game style system, our way of playing, and inside our way of playing they will find the solution. Quickly the targets are keep the ball possession, pass quickly the first line of pressing to arrive to connect direct with pivot, looking for a finishing, as we see before, pre-built movement, and the other one is the power play, 5 versus 4, to insert the power play. Now I want to go in deep with this situation, and fundamentally when we create our team pressing style, we have to consider the defense, how the opponent defends. And fundamentally, the opponent, there are two kinds of defense, or three. Man-to-man, zone, and man-to-man with change of opponent. Man-to-man with change of opponent, for who doesn't know, is a system created by Spanish coaches, and is a mix between man-to-man and zone. Fundamentally is a man-to-man defense, so they follow the criteria of man-to-man defense, but in sometimes they transform in zone, following some certain parameter. So our pre-built movement and our pressing out style must consider when we face team that defends man-to-man, team that defends zone, and man-to-man with change of opponent. Sure, every coaches do like that. Now let's go to see the formations. The formations is the positioning of the player to start the press out from keeper. Let's analyze first the situation from keeper. So the most common is the 3-1, the 3-1 to connect with pivot. Then we have 2-1-1 with two players, a falso pivot and the pivot. And the 2-1-1 can be with pivot in center, pivot inside in a form of L, and or in a form with this player in the side and this player in the center and this other in the center, they form an L like this. The other one is the 1-1-2, like a Y, the Y letter. The other system is the 1-3, that is a system that was used by Rivera Navarra of Pato coach. The 4-0 and the 2-2. Let's analyze something about this kind of system. I want to use the tactic board to explain you something. So let me close here the television and explain you something. This is our team that is pressing out 3-1. Okay, yellow team. Here the defenders. Let's consider, as I told you, we need to reach quickly the pivot, exit from pressing. So imagine if the three defenders stay in one line here, there is a lot of space, it's easy for the keeper play direct to the pivot, and especially if our pivot has a mismatch with the opponent defender, it's easy to create an advantage to turn the pivot, and of course 1 against 1 is easier than 4 against 4. We haven't this pass because the defense is like that. So I want to open the pass to pivot. I create a small rotation between these two players. This player move. If the defense, consider man-to-man, follow, immediately we open the pass to pivot, and the keeper can connect to the pivot with the ball down. I don't like the ball high because always is a bad ball for the pivot, difficult to control. Anyway, here we have the connection with pivot. The other solution here, imagine that if our player is not followed here, immediately we create a situation of 2 against 1 and the pivot that appear in the center 3 against 2 between in this area of the court to connect easy with pivot. And here is a direct play. Let's see a more complex way of playing. First of all, when we create a pressing out system, we must have one key player, the player that do the important pass or the important movement, the key play of our system. Let's start with the other movement. This player, the keeper has the ball, this player start with the movement, the defense make a small change, and now we are in this situation with the defense like that. Consider the defense keep the cover, a small cover like that. So this player pass the ball to the strong side where you see the defender go to press. Now we have this situation. This player is fundamental that go 1 meter behind the ball line to receive the pass just behind our teammate. The first movement can be on this pass, he approach the ball go here, and he gain the back of the opponent, and our one touch with the pivot and move towards the side, we put the ball here, creating an advantage and the superiority we can create in 3 passes, a situation 1 against keeper. If this situation doesn't run, because this player is very good to press the ball and close the center, we have the pass to pivot. The first option, surely the pivot will be not press strong, because maybe the opponent doesn't know our pressing style. But surely the opponent, after the first, they will know what we are going to do and they will press the pivot. So it's very important that the pivot feint and using a backdoor, and we are able, our key player in the pass, to put the ball at the back, in a backdoor. So here we have created from a single play already 1, 2, 3 options due to the reading of the situation of the defense. Let's consider that our defense is a defense man-to-man. We are like this at this moment. We are playing on the strong side, so we have all the connection for the man-to-man situation. That can be parallel, if we gain the advantage, can be 1-2, 1-2. If this player is good to defend the 1-2, I mean on this pass, this player do this to compensate this, our player must be good to turn and play to the pivot that appear in the strong side. The other option is the block pass, go for a block. If there is a change of mark here, we create the space, all this area is space, and we can use the space created. And the other option that we have, if the player after the block pass behind the defender, we can create the space for pass or immediately change in this small space created here to the weak side of the defense. The ball is broken. Need another ball, I think. We have another ball. To the weak side of the defense. Yeah. So we have created some solution to play at the weak side. Another option can be in the time there is the conduction of this player, this one go to get the back if he can and play the ball at the up, or go and stop, cut in front of the opponent, receive the ball here, conduction, or connect with our pivot. Or from the moment of cut in front can be the overlap. If you see, we have analyzed all the solutions considering to play in the strong side. It means, let's start back at our point, after this small movement and the keeper play here, we have considered all the solution play in the strong side of attack. Let's try to see what will happen if we play at the weak side, because this player can go, this one rotate just behind, and there is a sole pass. Usually this defender, if it's not the defense mirror, man-to-man mirror, have the space here, small space. This player, if the defense in zone, stay here. If it's defense man-to-man, you change of opponent, stay here. If it's man-to-man, usually stay here. So I have this sole pass. When there is a sole pass, I advise usually always the pass in the strong side, the one that becomes the strong side, always is open for the pivot to receive the strong pass here and exit from the press. But I give to my teams another option. When this player make the sole pass here, I always tell to this player, because usually in this situation, this defender tends to approach to go to press this ball. So in this moment, I tell this player to gain the back of his defender, and in the sole pass, we have this pass here that cut the defense completely. The other option, at the moment of sole pass, this player try to gain the back of his opponent and then stop for a 1-2, 1-2 and play pivot. Here are all the solutions that we have for a situation 3-1, starting for a small rotation. A very easy movement, a very easy simple movement with a small pre-built movement, but from a small pre-built movement there are a lot of solutions made by decision making and game reading of the players. Let's take out our board, let's put here. Let me show you some of the movement with animation that I showed you in this video, so you can see a little bit better with the animation. Let me go back. Let's see, I want to see you can see something. Let's read the video start. Today we have some problems. See, solution 1, the defense follow man-to-man, our pivot appear. Solution 2, the defense change. Here we create a superiority. During the switch of the defense, we open the pass to pivot. Solution 3, put the defense in line. You see, small rotation, pass, the player go for a 1-2, attack the space, and ball at the up. Solution 4, same as before, but the player now go the same movement and play on the strong side for the pivot, and our third man support the pivot. Another situation, the player, in this case, go for a block, and we open the pass to pivot on the strong side. Solution 6, situation of duality like we see before. Block and continue. Parallel. One, two, number 9 is the go and come. The sound that you see is my son that play with his cousin. The other one is go and come plus cross. The solution number 11, you can see a 2-time rotation and then the pivot appeared in the center, and from here decision making. And here was our video. I want to show now a movement of 4-0 that we did in Vietnam, and so I enter also in the situation how I train. This is the Vietnam national team. The 4-0 system, the target is completely opposite to the system with pivot, and the system is to make some movement here to attract all the defense and to exploit the space at the back of the defense. There are also movements of 4-0 that at the third pass try to put the ball at the back of the defense, up of the defense, but usually there are more passes. Here you can see some videos, you can see some movement that we did in Vietnam. I started with the 4-player in movement, then I put the ball and one player received the ball and another one move without ball, and from there we create triangles and situation for pressing out. Other movement is a system 2-2. System 2-2. Let me stop one moment the video and explain you something. With Chinese national team and also before with Vietnam, we made the 2-2 systems can be with the 2-2 player position in the half court, or as I liked to create more space like that. One movement was like that. One player do this and obligate his defender to follow here, otherwise he receives in the center. The other one change the side. So the first option, we put the ball here, usually this defender tends to close the center, so we exit here. The other one is we play here between the lines. The variation of this, we transform this movement in a 4-0. The player were like that. These two players very quickly approach here, approach. This player go towards the keeper to take the ball, and this player make this movement, go, enter, and from here we transform this 2-2 in a 4-0. What was the advantage of this play? The advantage was that we started very wide, so the ball was not very pressed and we can do both the 2 or 3 passes. Let me tell my son to do less sound, less noisy. Emi, fai piano. Andate fuori a giocare, perché il babbo sta lavorando, fuori. You see, this is the good of the live streaming. Let me show where we were before. I want to show both the systems so you can see what we are going. The 2-2 we pivot, the one I told you. Here we use a reduced space to do that. So one player appear, the other one with a free. There is a free pass for the pivot. The same situation. The player come in the center. Again the pass to pivot, and here there is a connection. the same, the player come, and here you see the players find by themselves another solution. The other one is to transform in a situation of 4-0. You see here we play at the weak side, and from here the team start to play 4-0. We have more space because we start from a situation of 2-2. You see, again, the one of 2-2 of before, I mix the movement. Here we have some other option of the situation that we did with Vietnam, but I'm going too long with the information, so I want to pass to describe how I work. This is the methodology of training that I use. Fundamentally, I start explaining to player the movement on the board, then we will do the movement in front of passive defense to acquire the different solution for timing and synchronization. I record all this and I put all the movement with explanation in a video, and I usually give a USB to player or we create a cloud. Especially working with the national team, this is a very important things, because I need training few times, not like in a club. I meet the player one times every month, one time every 2 months, or one times every 3 months. Sometimes the player cannot forget every time what we have done. We need to keep in mind the system of the national team. So in this way, the player have the possibility to review the movement and refresh. Another things I'm used to put in the dressing room a video during the time that the player dress up and prepare for the game, where there are the set play, how we defend the set play of opponent, the power player, the pressing out, so they can review all the movement of our way of playing. Then I start to play game modified. Game modified is like situation start from pressing out. Me or the keeper decide the pressing out style, and we play in regular game until the ball is in game. When the ball is out, we start again from that situation, and to repeat that situation again. The team who has the possession start again from the keeper, starting from keeper or starting from kick-in. Then we will play in real game situation for real timing of position, real timing of execution. And in this situation I used to stop a lot to correct, to give variation, to explain to player some details. The other one is from back pass or shoot to the hands of goalkeeper. I recreate the situation, I will tell you more in details later, and when I have to explain, I usually freeze the training like in a photo, and from there I explain the different options, different solutions, in order to create a cloud in the mind of players, and with this cloud the player can have in their mind some specific situation and how to act in that specific situation. They can recognize in the game, and they have the solutions, so they can act properly during the game. Here are some exercises. The first one is the one I told you. Two teams start from keeper or kick-in. They play starting from the previous movement. When the ball go out, start again. The team who has the possession start. Another one that I use is, let me tell you one things that I forgot about the first exercise. Here I put some variation. For example, in this exercise that I told you before, sometimes I do 3 touches in the defensive half court and 3 touches in the offensive half court. Why 3 touches in the defensive half court? Because I want to increase the rapidity of the move of the ball, the movement of the ball, and very important that the player play fast, play quickly, and move a lot without ball to open the pass lines. The other one is to the target. I tell you, if the team who exits from pressing is able to pass the half court, they can finalize in both of goal. Of course, this is an exercise to train the finishing, but not only that, it's an exercise for me because increase a lot the pressing, because the other team, the defending team, don't want to give easy finishing, because when the ball pass the half court, they can finish in both of goals. It's very easy to arrive to finishing. And for the team who exits from pressing, they have to put in mind quickly that we cannot do 100 passes in front of our goal, because it's dangerous and useless. So we have to develop the attack forward as soon as possible. These are these three variations. Another exercise that I use a lot is a real game between two teams. One has 4 players plus keeper, and the other one has 5 players plus keepers. Of course, in this situation, pressing out is very difficult, because press out, and especially press out, I did a lot in Vietnam with 4-0. Press out when you have 1 player less, or better, the defending team has a player more, is very complicated. This stimulate a lot the movement without ball and the rapid movement of the ball. A lot. And of course, the secondary target of this exercise is to train the defense 5 versus 4 and the attack 5 versus 4. Another exercise that I use to training the pressing out is reducing the field in white. So real game with the court with the size 40x18 or 16. This kind of court stimulate a lot the rapid circulation of the ball and stimulate a lot the mobility without ball. So when you bring again the space to the real size, the team gain a lot of advantages in circulation of the ball. The other one is an exercise, a real one, exercise where I divide the court in 3 parts. In the central third of the court, I make a ball possession between 3 teams. I'm outside with the ball. They make the ball possession. If the ball out, I give another ball. If there is switch in the ball possession, so 2 teams versus 1 team, the defense, there is switching. When I beep, I pass a ball to keeper, and I tell 1 pressing out system. For example, 2-2, solution 2. The team who in ball possession have the ball at the moment is the team who press out. The team who at the moment is defending is the team who defends. The other team who were making the possession go out. So what happened in this moment is real time. They have to position quickly and execute the pre-build movement that I told. And this I can do for pressing out. The same is for pressing out from kick-in, we can do, or for pressing out unorganized, because instead of I pass the ball to the hand of keeper and we start immediately with 4 seconds. When the ball goes out, if the team who exits from pressing score, they make ball possession again with the team who is out, and the team defending defends again. If they don't score, they go to defense and the other 2 teams defense. The key of the exercise, the key point is the time of positioning is real one. So it's very good to memorize and see if the players have understood and remember the movement. Let's pass to the pressing out from kick-in. Usually, fundamentally, there are three formations: 3-1, 4-0, and with keeper. The one with keeper, for me, using the keeper is compulsory in the last 6 meters, because in the last 6 meters of field there is no space to play to circulate the ball. So I want that the ball immediately go far from my goal. I use the keeper to have the player more to exit, and I try to approach the pivot as fast as I can. Here I make you one example, and then you can see. For example, I can put the team like that, for example, and here, depending, the defense can act like this, and we have 2 against 1, or can act like this, and we have 3 against 2. The most easy is I pass the ball, this player come to play between the line, and the ball go to pivot, or the ball exit, they go to pivot. Now they go to press the keeper. What happened? This player I tell to attack. This player go to take the ball here, and the pivot come at same line. Keeper pass the ball arrive to pivot. This player try to gain the back, or we play from here. I wish I showed you what I wanted. In any case, I want to show you also some video of that. Pressing out from kick-in, the 3-1 from kick-in. For example, from kick-in is the same situation. Let me go a little bit in back. Pressing out from kick-in or 4-0, you have seen the formation before. From kick-in, I start to use the 3-1, for example, over the 6 meter. As I told you, from 6 meter to the end line, I use always, every time, the keeper. Here, for example, if the defense very high, I always tell to my player the first pass must be to pivot. So the pivot must be good to feint a back door, and receive the ball at the back, and try to finish if he can. Otherwise, the option is open the pass to pivot. The central player move, attack the parallel, the pivot appear to receive. This player try to gain the back. Now, if this option we cannot, we start to work like go, stop, ball to pivot, the passer try to gain the back, or pass, ball back, the pivot come in the strong side, and the opposite tala try to gain the back. So if this player here close the center, we play the pivot, otherwise we put the ball at the back. From here, we can develop a lot of movement in game reading. Rotation, play the tender between the line, pass and go to block, a lot of movement that we see before. Let's consider if our defense change the mark. So I have no pass, the defense is like that, I move. Now, when I see that this player start to follow and change the mark, stop, not continue, otherwise the defense don't have any problem. Stop here between line, this player attack the space. Here we create a situation, if the ball enter, easily, we create a situation of 3 against 2. Let me show you some of the video I wanted to show, so you can have clear, maybe with the animation, you can have more clear what we are talking. Here, pressing out using the keeper, the one we used before with the Chinese national team. You see, here, the keeper come to play, and from here, now we have more space for play. Other situation, one player come between the line, we use the keeper, the pivot appear, another player from back support, and from here there is play. Same situation, ball to keeper, ball to pivot at the back, that was very good to the movement on backdoor. Same. Here you can have then from this movement, for example, the pass is open, ball to pivot, important one player support the pivot to receive the ball. What is important, having a pivot that can very able to protect the ball. Here you see 1-2 and the ball very quickly to the keeper. Situation of pressing out from kick in 3-1. Pivot backdoor and ball direct. We review what we saw before. Movement of parallel, open the pass to pivot, opposite Talaga in the back. Movement of 1-2, and the starter try to gain the back of the defender. Sorry, I'm so all the movement we saw. Before to go on, how I training the pressing out from keeper with the same exactly criteria, exactly exercise that I use for the exit for pressing from keeper, pressing out from keeper. Now this one is the most common for me in the game, because when there is back pass to keeper and shoot at the hands of goalkeeper, now there is big difference between this one and the other, and the big difference is that the keeper, the team, now has in time to organize and to use a pre-built movement. So to pressing out, we has to use some ball possession tips, some concept that we give to players, and the players use this concept to exit from pressing. Which are these concepts? The first one that I tell is the passer to keeper always must run. Imagine that we have this situation. This player is pressed. Yes, let's put one player here, one player here, and our pivot. What happened? When he passed to keeper, I always tell him, usually he's pressed, he has a player near, you always have to get the back and run. The keeper, if he run, now this other player, run always towards the corner, never in the center, like that, towards the corner. So here, gain the position of advantage to receive the ball up, or the pivot up here to receive a ball far from the goal, and from there someone go to support the pivot. If, of course, these two players close the center, in this movement, this player go back, receive the ball, and they can start the attack again, face to opponent goal. This is one of the movement. The other one is, if we are in this situation, always the player who pass to keeper, or if we are in this situation, they have to move to open the pass to falso pivot. Here, if the defense follow, we attacking we stop and we attack and receive the ball between the line, or if they follow man to man, we have possibility of 1-2, or starting from a ball not pressed, and always we have the pivot as reference. These are the two main concepts that I give to my players. Get the positional advantage, read the defense if the defense fold or change, try to open the pass to pivot. The passer to keeper always have to move. How I train this situation? I recreate this situation. I'll give you some exercise. For example, this exercise is 3 against 3 or 4 against 4 plus to keeper. I pass the ball to keeper. The player are grouped in different positions of the field, and when I pass the ball to keeper, at the hand or at the feet of the keeper, simulating a back pass to hands or to feet, these players have to move freely, following the concept that I gave before, to this marking, and from there start to play. Another exercise is they start from organized pressing out. When the defense team recovery or the team in possession pass the half court, in both cases, they have to connect with the keeper, with their own keeper, and they start an unorganized pressing out. The situation change every time. The keeper, the timing that he has real timing to play. So both situation, all the situation are situation that are real. Other one is a real game in 20 per 30 or 20 per 40. I stay outside with the ball. During the game, on my beep, when I beep, the players forget the ball of the game. I pass the ball to the hands or to the feet of the keeper, and from there they start an unorganized pressing out. What is very important in this phase of training for me is very important is this, that I stop a lot the game, freeze like photo, in order to create concepts in the head of players. The players have to dominate this game concept because they must act and read the game, because in this situation it is impossible to create pre-build movement. So they have to being able to recognize the situation, and is based on these 3-4 parameters, exit from pressing. I forgot to tell you one thing before. I cannot interact with you in the chat, or if you have any questions, please write this in the comment and I will answer privately to every one of you. I don't answer immediately, but in the following week I will answer. The second thing is I would like to repeat once a week until I have time, until I won't come back to train my national team for the Asian Cup in August. If you have any subject that you like, that you want to see, please let me know, that I will prepare something and share my way of training, my way of working with you. Let me show you one exercise here that I used to do. This is an exercise that I did with Vietnam team. And is about the situation of creating a situation of back pass. You see here I have a players. The player is going, at the moment he passed the ball to keeper, the player who passed the ball to keeper have to gain in the back. You see here I am younger, without Bert, and I could move also faster. Here you see the player passed the ball when he wants. At the moment there is free game situation, and the defense has to organize, and we start pressing out. In Vietnam, due to the speed and mobility of player we play, and the lack of pivot, we play fundamentally 4-0, and I think we did quite well. And this is an exercise with the criteria for pressing out from situational back pass. The ball go out, who is the possession? The possession is of the red team. We start again, I take another player, I give the ball, the defender very near, defender must touch, he conduce the ball dribbling until pass to, when he want to pass to keeper, gain the back of feint, another one come, and from there we start to play. Again the same situation, so you can see how the exercise was running. Let's go to the next argument. Pressing out for power player. To me, the target is to insert power player. So to insert power player, the easiest way and the safest way is that the ball go out to a kick-in or a corner, we insert power player without any risk. The second way is to play to pivot, the ball go to pivot, the pivot keep the ball, we create the space for entering the power player. The third one is a more elaborate system that can be a 3-1 or 4-0, give time to our keeper to exit. In this case we are considering always that we start from a normal keeper and we have to insert the power player. So give time to power player to enter, who immediately go in deep to attack, to give deep to the attack. Here I show you some ideas that I can tell you. To me, the safest thing is a ball long, create space, a ball long, the defender enter strong, the ball go out, and we can insert power play. The easiest one. Second option, you can see the same. The team is changing, ball to pivot, the pivot control the ball, and we put the power player. It's very easy because we gain and we have the possibility to put the power player. Other options, same system, we create with a prebuilt movement the space for power player, the keeper keep the ball, the power player enter, in this case the pivot is very good to turn and score. Here another option with a 3-1, you can see a 3-1 with the keeper that go to make a block and help the possession. If the video start, the video seems doesn't want to start. I can let me try, maybe it's blocked to open again this part. We are blocked, so I can show you again this part. Sorry, we have lost the contact. Oh, what's happened? Oh, what's happened? We have lost the connection. I will show you this one in the time that the connection is coming back. In the time the connection is coming back, I will show you this on the board. What happened? Let me make you one example with a pressing out 3-1. For example, I have to put our power player that is here, okay? The keeper this play is a little bit high, come, the keeper pass and go to make for a block, for example, go to make for a block. This player go in the back to open the pass line, the pivot enter in the center, and now the keeper enter and go immediately long. In this situation here, immediately we have the pass, the pivot come for a situation to play a 4 against 3, and from here we can play directly the 1-2, play this, we can connect with the goalkeeper. And usually if we do a right time, the defense must go in back. Let me see what is happened, because why let's try to reconnect their drop. So I want to show you also this video. So what is the next style pressing out? Is when you have to attack and you have no time to change no time for change the power player. No time. So you have to start directly with the power player. Let me connect again so you can see this one. Maybe there were a problem of connection. And here we are. So I can show you what I wanted to show you before. This is the one we told before. Is done by Antonio Vadillo, and here you can see immediately they have done with system to put immediately the power player with in a pre-built movement. I can show you again this one so you can see the keeper pass, go for a block, they appear between the line, and here they have created a surprise effect for the team. When you have to do with power player, you cannot change. First of all, is done by pre-built movement. Is a movement made to create try to create surprise in the opponent team. To me, for what we see, there is more risk in change the keeper than starting with the power player. And I told you there are two ways. For me, a movement like 4-0, starting 4-0, with a power player that go to parallel. I pass the ball. Okay, the keeper pass the ball and run very rapid to parallel, very rapid. In this moment, what happened? This play go between lines, and here we have created the situation that this one have to defend, or the parallel or the 1-2. So in this moment we can exit very easily from power play. The other one is the 3-1 that I showed you before. Starting 3-1, the keeper go for a block and attack, or the keeper pass the ball and go long, and we create a situation of 1-2-1 with the pivot between line and the keeper who give the deep. Here I show you one pre-built movement with a small overlap. You can see overlap, situation of 2-2, one player go between the line, the falso pivot go near, and the keeper get the back. This is the first option. Here is a pre-built movement where, starting from a situation of 2-2 and the movement of overlap, we try to gain the back of the defense. Same situation, pivot overlap, we play the player between line, there can be a parallel, or the pivot that get the back. Same situation here with a movement of 1-2. and I have uploaded this video on YouTube, so you can easily download. The last option, always the same movement. We play between the line, there is a 1-2 in support, and the ball up to the power player at the back. We create a situation of superiority. Now the last part. The last part, that is some pressing out tips after the third pass. I told you that after the third pass, for me, is impossible to continue with pre-build movement. It's fundamentally impossible because we don't know the reaction of the defense. So the player must be able to read the defense. So if defense follow change, is all decision making. So free choice of player. The player to read the situation, search the solution inside their mind, open the right file, and then execute. So it's important to create a cloud with all the solution, and the player have some tips of our play style of our team in order that after the third pass they can play. One point fundamental for me is when the ball is pressed, the player without ball have to cut to move always in front of the opponent. In both cases, the defense is man-to-man, the defense change, he has to move in front of opponent. And I want to show you one video, or better, let me explain some other things first. This is the first point. The second point, I have to analyze 3 points. First, if the defense change. The defense change, the mark, there are 3 points fundamental. One is play on the weak side of the defense. The second one is the player that move when he saw move without ball, he saw that the defense is going to change, has to stop and go rapid to support for the 1-2. I mean, when you see this situation, the defense is changing, you are going to move, and the defense is going to change the mark. Instead of going, you have to stop, turn the direction, go rapid for a 1-2. That can be a 1-2 or turning and create a 3-2. This is a movement that is a very important reading. The other point is when you pass from side to side the ball, the players have to go straight and move at last moment for putting the defense in line, for not giving reference of the movement. The other situation is the changing jump. When the defense jump, there are 2 ways to attack the changing jump. One is to stop and play a 1 touch instead of attack the parallel. I mean, the changing jump is this one. They pass the ball, and the defense go to press this, and they create 2 against 1 in defense. There are 2 ways from exit from this. When the player passes the ball is pressed, the defender do this. Instead of doing this movement, he must do back movement, and the defense play a 1, and his teammate play a 1 touch back, and we create unbalance of the defense, and we create a 4 against 3 easily. The other one, in the moment, especially if the distance is long, the defense do this. We attack this situation, create a superiority with a conduction, create a 2 against 1 with a conduction, going to fix this defender. The other one is the situation, all the concept that we have trained for the duality. The duality, so the block, if the block follow change, the 1-2, what do the defense in case of 1-2. Let me show you one video that I think you can understand this situation very good. I call this pressing out tips. Move in front of opponent. What does it mean? You see this player, they move in front, so he's able to cut into the defense line. Here the same, you can see he move in front and cut into the defensive line. This movement was done the same. Pass in front, here you see, cut in front and create a 3 against 2. It's very important. If you move at the back of the opponent, this kind of advantage you have. The defensive change, play at the weak side of the defense. The most important thing. The defense is changing, attract the defense, play at the weak side of the defense. Same, defense is changing, change the direction and play at the weak side of the defense. You cannot play at the strong side of the defense. Other movement, you see the defense change, big space at the weak side of the defense and create easily a 3 against 2. Another situation is change the direction, both for defense man to man or defense with change the direction is very important thing. You see here, invert the direction, and from a situation of be strongly pressed, he create a situation of danger. Here same, Lin is going to be pressed, he changed the direction, invert, and create a chance of goal. Same with the conduction, change direction, and then Pisa to trick the defense. To change the direction is important to lie. Here we see Ricardinho bring the ball and lie going to pass with his weak foot, lying with the position of this body to his intention. Attack the changing jump. Here the defender changing jump, you will see the player one touch, Miguelin he stopped instead to go and change. Same situation. The changing jump, don't go on the Pisa, stop and player one touch. Same situation. Play and here create an imbalance in the defense immediately. The other one is attack the changing jump with the conduction. Defense changing jump, he attack with the conduction and create a superiority 2 against 1. Movement man to man, open a pass line, moving without ball and gaining the back, change speed and direction. Situation of 1-2. Situation of 1-2 is gone, and situation of block. Here in the last video I can show you some game concept that my team, Chinese national team, my player has in doing the pressing out. There is a short movement, one player between line, movement on screen, playing the weak side, space, play between the line. Here create a situation of an advantage for the defense and we score a goal. Here you can see resumed a lot of the tips that we saw before. Now, sorry for some inconvenience that we had. It was my first time I do a live streaming. I wish you have enjoyed the time. I'm sorry for the problem that I had at the beginning due to the problem here with the connection, because they are working in the connection, so I have to restart everything. I wish you are not too bored. I have spent good time expressing my idea of training, my concept about the pressing out. Please, if you have any question, write in the comment, and please, if you have any request for the future futsal class, my futsal class, please write in the comment, and I will try to show my ideas and how I work the request, the argument you ask me. Thank you so much, and now it's time for me to go dinner. Thank you.